Young ladies and gentlemen, hello everyone. You are welcome to this new video conference dedicated to current events global. Top news internationally. Russia has launched a night, I don't know how we're going to qualify, but a wedding night of response to the pleas of the European Union, which asked so that the conflict can end by 2026. That's the first thing. But the Russia wanted to celebrate on the Ukrainian territory in response to multiple tours that the president, Vladimir Zelensky, has undertaken a fundraising tour to order weapons. Russia has decided to celebrate. The third reason, this is in response to the attacks that have took place in the last 24 hours on the Russian territory. But Russia has cleanly struck. Yes, that's towards the center of Ukraine, behind the riverbank of the Dnipro. You know that the fifth front, which was opened by Russia, is located behind, before arrival is located before and after. The arrival is after the Dnipro River. So there at this level, Ukrainian radio, the building was destroyed, severely damaged military industries. The worst part, that's the rails that allow the transport military equipment of everything related to military logistics Ukrainian towards this area. These rails have summers were skipped. So the trains can no longer pass. I'm telling you that Ukraine is to ruin themselves every minute, every hour who passes by. It was a long and arduous war. Even reporters and commentators, the commentators on this war are exhausted. The morale of Ukrainian citizens is exhausted. The European Union is fed up. She's tired. But that's where the Russia strength begins. That's where it starts. Let Russia begin. So what really happened? Past? That's what we're going to talk about. To speak at this conference, Geopolitics, dedicated to current events worldwide. But before continuing to view this video conference, I ask you to share it as much as possible. It needs to be distributed in all possible groups. Put the likes, and then if it's your first time stumbling upon my conference, my video conference, click the subscribe button. Subscribe. This allows you to no longer miss the hottest news from moment. Okay, let's go into the depths. So the facts are, several geranium drones struck the Dnipropetrovsk region. The geranium drones, that's the new thing. These are drones, inspired of the Shahed 131 drone model. You know that Shahed 131 drones are Iranian made. Iran provided the skills, the equipment, raw materials, and the technology, as well as expertise in Russia to produce Shahed drones. Russia transformed them in another form of drone. I'll try to remember the name. And this new form, Russia experts are transformed again in another form of drone, more efficient, more modernized, more effective, and more dangerous. Because when it comes to drones, when we talk about efficiency, when we talk about modernity, I was going to say they are drones whose completion a danger emerges, a danger which doesn't reveal its name. So these drones are the extremely dangerous version shade drones, gold shade drones. These are the drones that are causing fear in the West. You saw that even the United States of America copied the Shahed drone model. So tonight, after a day extremely tumultuous on the part of which NATO first struck near Moscow, NATO struck Belgorod. Let's say NATO, because of Ukraine, no longer has soldiers as such. Russia took advantage of the night to disrupt the sleep of Ukrainians. Russia really struck, and with some geraniums. Geraniums are very dangerous. So, Russian attack drones, according to official information, the Russian attack drones that have been identified as geraniums targeted several structures during the night strategic in the Dnipropetrovsk region. According to the initial information given by the Ukrainian local authorities, railway facilities have been touched. Railway facilities have been severely affected, which disrupted Ukrainian logistics lines. On the other side, a company industrial has been hit at its heart from the city of Dnipropetrovsk. So, and the local authorities they did not specify the nature of the company's activity. They said one industrial company. Is this a company of the Ukrainian military industry? We go tell the Ukrainian woman, Ukrainian since, to this day, there are many companies, many industries on the Ukrainian side that work with NATO member countries. We even saw at one point the British who decided to come install production plants, drones, and other military equipment in collaboration with Ukraine. France, he did the same thing. So is it that it is one of these industries? A big question mark. So in the district of Samarivsky and in the districts of Samarivsky and Pavloradsky, it's not easy to pronounce the name of these cities, right? You go there often tolerate. So in these two districts, several civilian infrastructures have suffered material damage because the war has reached a level where it hits only without distinction. Media offices from the radio. Two media outlets were hit. We have the media Suspilin, whose office was ransacked. We have the Ukrainian radio media, whose office was also ransacked and damaged. So, we are informed that no employee was not present at the time of the explosions. We always wonder, how does it work, huh? There's a blast in a media building. However, the media outlets are supposed to work 24 hours a day on 24. But then we are always told, there were no employees. So that means to say the media outlet was closed. Okay. So you understand from this that the situation is becoming very serious. Tensions are rising in Ukraine. There has been certainly losses in human life, but he simply refuses to admit it. So the regional authorities have not yet provided a report not official loss report, nor an assessment of the damage structural. They don't have not yet given. What are the authorities afraid? We don't know. In any case, ladies and young ladies and gentlemen, this is the front page of this morning's news. We're going to keep following. I'll get back to you soon, on time with new information.